Yes, I do have a story for you today. Welcome to Nuggets of Gold. My name continues to be Thomas Gold, and I'm glad you're here with me for a couple of minutes. We had a Bible study at our house Tuesday night, and one of the attendees of our Bible study is a guy who works in a restaurant. He came and told us a story from the restaurant over the weekend. He said it was a busy weekend night, and all of a sudden somebody came and said the toilets in the ladies' bathroom are overflowing. So he said they rushed in there to try to deal with that, and they had to close the bathroom. Shortly after that, somebody came and said the toilet in the men's bathroom is overflowing, and they had to try to deal with that, and they couldn't stop these toilets that were overflowing. They were calling the Roto-Rooter guy and calling plumbers, and nobody could come quick enough. The restaurant closed. The next morning, plumber guy comes and he gets his giant snake out, his metal snake, and he starts putting it down the toilet hole pipe, and boom, crack! The whole toilet bowl broke. It completely busted. And what came out was even worse than what had already been coming out. What they figure has happened is that snake hit a bunch of stuff that had been compacting and impacted for years, possibly just year after year. Just this giant clog had been forming, and when that snake went down in there, somehow pressure and physics, and I don't understand all of it. But why am I telling you that story in this nugget of gold? Because I want to remind you today that the things in our life that we don't think will have that big of a consequence on others, the little things, the little selfish things, the little foolish things that we let build up in our lives may come back to crack our lives, may come back to overflow onto others who had nothing to do with the choices that we had made. And let's connect this to the Bible, because the book of Joshua chapter 7 tells a story. Joshua chapter 6 is a more famous chapter about this Joshua and the Israelites walking around the city of Jericho, and then God causes the walls to crumble, kind of like that toilet in the restaurant last weekend. But before the Israelites had gone into the city of Jericho, God had given them very specific rules, and he told them, you may not take out any treasure. You may not plunder specific things from the city. And one man named Achan plundered some treasure out of Jericho. He didn't take a lot. He took only what could fit in his bag, probably. He hid it in his tent, and he didn't tell anybody. It was like a little tiny sin. It was like a little tiny selfishness, and he just stuffed it away. So the Israelites finish up with Jericho, and they're moving into the promised land, and the next group of people that God tells them to go into a battle with is a group in a city called Ai. The Israelites go up into this battle, the city of Ai, which they should have been able to defeat super easily. But God allowed Israel to lose, and men of Israel to lose their lives, and everyone was shocked. Joshua, the leader, most of all, and he goes to God and says, God, why is this happening? Why aren't you with us? Where is your power? And God turns around and he says to Joshua, stand up, stop whining. He literally says this, stop whining, Joshua. This has happened because someone has done sin and they are hiding it. The sin that was hidden impacted the whole nation. People who had not participated in that sin of Achan ended up facing the consequences for that sin. And I want us to remember today with the story of the toilet and the people that were affected on that evening. All they wanted to do was go to a nice restaurant and enjoy some food, and they were not able to because of a toilet that's overflowing. And the story of Achan and the consequences that his choices brought to other people. Remember, friends, please remember, whether it's a stinky broken toilet or it's a bloody lost battle in the Bible, remember today, your hidden sins aren't hidden, and they will have consequences in your life and maybe on the lives of others. Get rid of it. Bring it to the light. Confess it to other folks who follow Jesus. Get some help. Be humble. Don't let your life crack because of a plug of crap that you may have kept hidden for a long time. Be encouraged. When we seek the Lord and turn away from our sin, He promises to hear us. He promises to help us. He promises to forgive us. Run to Him. Don't let your crap spill out to you, spill out to others, and crack apart your life. We'll see you next time.